Hello everyone, this is my response to Mr. Wrestling Incorporated's Ultimate Booking Challenge. Now this is the build up to TLC, which happens today actually, so I spent the last day and a half more or less at the last minute putting this together, so I hope you enjoy it. We start off with the November 23rd edition of Raw. This is a 3-hour mega show that has both Raw, SmackDown. I didn't include ECW, though they usually show up, but I think ECW should be a separate entity from the other two shows. Like last time, I'm not saying who the host names are, because personally, I don't care. John Cena and the host open up the show. Cena talks about how he's upset that Orton cost DiBiase the win last night, and if Ted wants another title shot, he's got it. The host interrupts Cena and says that's interesting, because that's exactly what he had in mind tonight. Cena versus DiBiase for the WWE title, but he's adding a stipulation. Raw's wrestlers are banned from ringside, and if Orton interferes anyway, he's never getting a title match as long as Cena is champ. Cena says he likes the sound of that. The host says that Orton's going to be busy anyway. He's facing Kofi Kingston next. So the first match of the night is Kofi Kingston taking on Randy Orton. This is a solid match that sees Orton ultimately pick up the victory through less than sportsmanlike means. Afterwards, Morrison and Mickey are backstage talking when The Miz comes strolling up and gloats about still having his title. "Oh, John, where's your title? Aw, you lost it." Morrison tries to mock Miz, but Miz adds fuel to the fire by mentioning Morrison's loss to him at bragging rights. Morrison says maybe Miz would like to put his money where his big mouth is and face each other tonight. Miz accepts and says he'll win a second time, proving he's the better man. The host is backstage when Jericho and Big Show come up to them. Jericho talks about how they were cheated out of the title at Survivor Series due to DX and demands a title match tonight. The host calms Jericho down and says that it's on, but if they lose, they have to split up for good since Big Show is on Raw. To which Jericho says they won't lose. The host also comes across Eric Escobar and Drew McIntyre. He stops them and offers them a number 1 contenders match tonight. Whoever wins their match will face whoever wins in the title match next week. They obviously jump at the chance, but when they ask who they're facing, they're told it's a surprise. The next match is Mickie James, Melina, and Gail Kim taking on Beth Phoenix, Natty Neidhart, and Jillian. This is a decent 15-minute match. About halfway through, Michelle gets into the ring to attack Beth, but Mickie comes to her aid, which causes Melina to get in Mickey's face. Then chaos ensues as it becomes more about Raw versus SmackDown than face versus heel. Mickie goes to Beth's side while Jillian goes to Melina's. This allows Michelle to grab the belt and lay Beth out with it. Melina, sensing victory, goes for the pin and celebrates with Gail and Jillian. Mickie stares Michelle down as she smiles, backing up the ramp. Shawn Michaels is entering the stadium when Batista accosts him. He says that it feels good to be back on Raw for one night, even if they did lose at bragging rights. HBK tries to ignore Dave, but Batista halts him, asking how long he and Triple H are going to continue to cash in on a team that was only relevant a decade ago. HBK says he should watch his mouth since it seems like Dave hasn't been himself lately. Batista says that his time off afforded him an epiphany. Take what you want, no matter who you have to step on. Then says that Hunter and Shawn should know all about that. This sobers Shawn up, and he says that if Dave wants to step, he'll be happy to take him on. Batista ups the ante by offering a tag match tonight, DX versus Batista and a partner of his choosing. HBK accepts, and Dave says he's already got a partner in mind. He's right behind Shawn. Shawn turns around and gets a super kick from CM Punk. Dave catches Shawn's crumpled body and says, "We'll see you tonight," and then lets him go. Then Batista and Punk shake hands and the camera falls on an unconscious Shawn as we go to commercial. Escobar and McIntyre find Vicky Guerrero and Eric brags about them being offered a number 1 contenders match tonight. Vicky asks against who, and when he can't tell her, she blows up and belittles him for accepting a match when he doesn't even know who he's facing. She questions why she's even with him, but Eric's all apologetic. Vicky walks away, and Drew criticizes Eric for being led around by a woman. Eric grumbles and tells him to get off his back as he watches Vicky go. The next match is Matt Hardy versus Dolph Ziggler in an Intercontinental title match. Dolph comes out and says that he's a fighting champion and will take on anyone from SmackDown or even Raw. Matt's music plays and it's on. They go for a good 15 minutes, but Ziggler manages to pick up the victory. Afterwards, Dolph offers Matt his hand, but he pulls away at the last second. After that, we get the Escobar and McIntyre versus the mystery opponents, who turn out to be MVP and Mark Henry. This is a good 20-minute back-and-forth match that sees MVP pin Escobar. Post-match, Vicky gets into the ring, and Eric is on his knees apologizing to her, but she slaps him hard enough to send him back down to the mat. Backstage, D.H. Smith and Tyson Kidd are getting ready for their title match when Cody Rhodes smarmingly offers them luck in their match. He then makes a backhanded comment about their ring name, pointing out that neither of them are True Hearts, and using that name is a travesty. DH says that Cody should worry more about his own tag team drama going on, and that only a coward would turn on his tag team partner so easily. Cody gets in DH's face and says that if, and that's a very big if, they win tonight, he'll look forward to facing them for the titles down the road. Tyson starts to laugh and says that he'll have to first find a new partner. This upsets Cody, but he leaves having been one-upped by Tyson. The next match is John Morrison taking on The Miz. This is a good 15-minute match that has multiple falls, building to a climax that sees Morrison pull out the victory to the joy of the crowd. He celebrates by climbing the turnbuckle while The Miz is shocked he lost. Triple H finds Shawn being looked at by medics in the backstage room. Hunter says that Batista, but especially Punk, are going to pay for this, and that he'll fight them solo if he has to. HBK says he's okay, but the doctors on staff say he's going nowhere. Shawn says the doctors can go to hell because he's going out there tonight, and there ain't a damn thing they can do to stop him. Hunter makes sure Shawn is okay, but Shawn nearly explodes. "Yes, I'm alright. Will you just let it go? Damn it, who are you, my mom?" Hunter backs up, allowing Shawn to storm past him, and Triple H looks on with concern. The next match is Chris Jericho and the Big Show taking on the Hart Dynasty. It's a good 25-minute match that sees D.H. Smith cover Jericho and narrowly pick up the victory, retaining the titles. And thus, Big Show and Jericho have to split up. John Cena finds Ted DiBiase getting ready for their match and says that he wants to personally apologize that Ted was cheated out of the title last night, and he's happy tonight's match will have no outside interference. Ted agrees and says may the best man win, and they shake hands. The next match is DX taking on Batista and CM Punk. This is a 25-minute back-and-forth match with lots of near falls. At one point, chaos ensues and HBK goes to pin Batista, but the ref won't count because Hunter is the legal man. This causes Shawn to get upset and he pushes the ref. The ref warns him that further abuse will cost his team the win, and Hunter comes back in to quell the situation, taking over again. The end sees HBK make a blind tag that the ref doesn't see, and just as he's getting in, Hunter gains the upper hand and gets the pin over Punk. The referee holds up Triple H's hand and tries to hold up Shawn's, but Shawn starts to argue with him that he was the legal man. The ref shakes his head, but Shawn won't let it go. Hunter tries to intercede, but it's too late. Shawn lays out the ref. The crowd have a mixed reaction, happy that DX won, but concerned with Shawn's actions. Hunter tries to calm Shawn down, but HBK just leaves the ring abruptly.